Yo, let's go Splinterlands fam. My name's Tommy, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about why I believe you should see the SPS Splinterlands token SPS at $1. Yes, I know we're in the middle of a bear market and that seems like a million miles away, but I've got my best friend ChatGPT answering all the important questions on a bear scenario, on a bullish scenario, on everything in between. And then I've got some technical analysis from DappRadar to show you, and my honest opinions on why I believe that SPS is massively undervalued right now. So if you like this kind of content, then just like the Sea Stalker, the modern day Sea Stalker, like the button and it'll turn blue. So here we are into open source ChatGPT, and if you're not using this, I strongly suggest you should check it out and experience it because it's absolutely amazing. You basically can ask any question. So here's me. Hi, please can you give me 5 reasons why SPS token in Splinterlands has the potential to increase in price? Certainly, sir. Here are 5 reasons why the SPS token in Splinterlands has the potential to increase in price. Utility within the Splinterlands ecosystem. Limited supply. SPS has a limited maximum supply of 10 billion tokens. Incentives for staking. Growing the user base and integration with other platforms. So they're all pretty solid, yes, right answers that tick all the boxes. Integrations with other platforms. You know that Invenium, they've just done the partnership with Chibi Dinos, whatever you call it. They're just growing that. They're going to keep pushing that. I like that vision. Growing the user base. I know it's been declining recently from the bull to the bear, but when it goes back to the bull, it's going to grow. And I'll show you in DappRadar later that it has been growing over time. From the start, it's been going trajectory up. So that's something that's definitely happening. Incentives for staking. You can stake your SPS, definitely, and you get good rewards. Limited supply. Now this one, people are sleeping on this. There's only 10 billion tokens ever going to be minted. Whether they come out with some burn mechanics to keep recycling it when it gets to the 10 billion printed, they probably will come out with something like that. But again, 10 billion tokens does seem like a lot, and they're not all out there yet. But again, it is a limited supply. It's not like the US dollar that they can just press the money pin to go brrr. And then utility within the Splinterlands ecosystem. So basically the DAO. So with you holding the amount of SPS tokens, then it gives you the voting rights to propose on the proposals or pick yes or no, or if you agree or disagree, to change the direction of the game. How cool is that? That's what Web3 is all about. So moving on to the bear scenarios and ChatGPT, I go, hi, please can you give me 5 bearish reasons why Splinterlands token SPS could be a failure? Certainly, sir. Lack of user adoption, competitor dominance, regulatory challenges, technological limitations, and governance challenges. So let's just start at the top and we'll address them. Lack of user adoption. One of the critical factors of the success of any blockchain-based game token is user adoption. If Splinterlands fails to attract a significant user base or struggles to retain players, the demand for SPS tokens could remain low. A lack of user adoption may lead to limited trading activity and stagnant or declining token prices. Yeah, of course, I agree. What can I argue about that? I will go to DappRadar and show you how many users are adopting the game though shortly. Competitor dominance. The blockchain gaming industry is highly competitive with several established and emerging players. If other blockchain games gain widespread popularity and capture a significant portion of the user base, Splinterlands may struggle to differentiate itself and completely effectively. In such scenarios, the demand for SPS token could suffer, potentially leading to a decline in the value. Yeah, okay, true. That is very, very true. Now, I just posted on Twitter today, about an hour ago, NFT gamers, if you are like me and like playing digital card games, then here is the current top 3. Splinterlands, Skyweaver, Gods Unchained, back into ChatGPT. The competitor dominance is very, very niche at the moment, and Splinterlands has been going for 5 years. 5 years, and they've got a massive head start. They're integrating the Rooney, they're integrating the tower defense, they're integrating the land. There's a lot going off. Gods Unchained, a very good game in its own right. Same with Skyweaver. Skyweaver hasn't got the tokenomics. It's just a playing play game. And same with Gods Unchained, you can play it to earn a token. That's about it. Splinterlands is the whole like shebang. Regulatory challenges. Now this being Splinterlands being a USA company can be a problem, but without reading all this to you, I'll give you my thoughts, because basically the worst case scenario is SPS is a security, it falls under the Securities Act. The company Splinterlands, they can just move to like Puerto Rico or Singapore or Dubai or wherever, like move their main offices there and operate from there. Like, yeah, of course it's going to be very disruptive, but that's what like the bigger companies are doing. They're moving to like where it's less regulated, where the regulations are in their favor. So I mean, I'm not that bothered about the regulatory challenges. Yeah, it's concerning, but I don't think it's anything to really say, yeah, the SPS is going to affect it. And now, technological limitations. So let's read what they say here, because this is a massive one. Technology only moves one way, and that is forwards. The success of any blockchain game is closely tied to its underlying technology. If Splinterlands encounters significant technical issues, such as scalability problems, security vulnerabilities, or poor user experience, it may struggle to attract and retain players. Negative user experiences and technical limitations can erode confidence in the game and the value of the SPS tokens. Now that is very true. All that can. I mean, you look at Splinterlands as a general game, it's very unpolished. But if you know anything about Web3 and NFTs and the technology behind it, they are at the forefront. They have Invenium, which other companies are using to like use their plug and play, like to introduce all the Web3, the NFTs, technological advancements, not limitations. They've interacted on the Hive blockchain, the Wax blockchain, and the Ethereum blockchain with the ERC 721s, which are the Rooney tokens. So I mean, technological limitations for Splinterlands, I would definitely say they are quite high up as being quite advanced, not limited. But yeah, of course, I mean, all the old art, the alpha, the beta, everything can be changed with skins. So like the NFTs can be dynamically changing. The whole UX can change, and I've seen it grow since I started playing Splinterlands. So again, technological limitations is not something of a concern for me. Governance challenges. So the DAO. Oh, the DAO is everyone. The governance structure of SPS tokens relies on active participation from token holders. If there is a lack of engagement or ineffective decision making within the governance framework, it may undermine the perceived value and utility of SPS. A weak governance system can lead to a lack of direction, slow decision making processes, and potential disagreements among token holders, potentially hindering the success of the token. Well, yeah, that is true, but I feel that if the proposal is in the best interest of the game overall, enough people will vote to implement it. Like Yabba Matt just recently did. He missed something out in the white paper for land, and he says it's really important. Bang, everyone's on it. Like 95% people are voting yes. So again, I'm going to say this is something that you've just got to trust the process. You've got to trust the team. I mean, like, let's be honest, Splinterlands are pretty busy with doing town halls every week. If not every week, it's every fortnight. Like, how many other companies do that? They're very transparent. It's blockchain, which is very transparent. Like, I feel that team is definitely knows that I've got their fingers on the pulse. Of course, they're going to make a lot of mistakes. But the fact that you have the DAO, which you can, if you're not happy with something, you can put a proposal out there. And if enough people picks up steam, could be implemented and change the whole direction of the game. The power of that, I feel, is a benefit, not a hindrance, as this is saying for the bearish scenarios. I mean, let me know what you think in the comments about all this. You go and ask your own questions in ChatGPT. So my last question to ChatGPT was, hi, please can you give me 3 examples of how SPS Splinterlands token can potentially reach $1? That's where the land of milk and honey, as Aggie was saying recently. So how do we get to the land of milk and honey? Certainly, here are 3 examples. Increased adoption and user growth. Boom, shakalaka, of course. More people play, just supply and demand, that's exactly what you need. Enhanced utility and governance participation. Enhanced utility. Okay, yeah, I can see that. The more utility, the more the merrier. strategic partnerships and integrations. So let's break it down. This is what the powerhouse of open source technology has scoured the whole of the internet, the best minds, the best information out there, and he's broke it down for 3 reasons why SPS can potentially reach $1. Obviously, the big one, number 1, increased adoption and user growth. If Splinterlands continues to experience significant user growth and becomes more widely adopted, the demand for SPS token may surge. As more players join the game and engage with the ecosystem, the increased demand for SPS could drive up its price. If the user base expands exponentially, reaching millions of active players, the increased demand could potentially push the price towards $1. Okay, reaching millions of active players. Wow, imagine having 1 million players. That would be crazy. So anyway, I keep arcing on about going into DappRadar. So here's the competitors. All protocols on Web3. You've got Games, Bang, Alien Wheels, Farmers Wheels, both heavily botted, just like Splinterlands. I used to play Alien Wheels back in the day when land was $20. Similarly to when the Brave browser sale was and land was $20 in Splinterlands a couple of years ago. Anyway, this game was never fun. I mean, it was interesting back in the day. The bots totally ruined it. And this has got to be bots. Anyway, Farmers World I never got involved in. Bit like Townstar. I mean, I did play Townstar on Gala Games. Anyway, we're not here to talk about those. We're here to talk about Splinterlands. So we click on this one and then we go down to the Dapp stats. Unique active wallets. This is what we want. In 24 hours was 60,024. Okay, they're still going to have bots. So you can go on 30 days. Actually, we want to go on all time. Here it is, historical activity. So all time. This is the best way to show you the historical data for unique active wallets, which is the white one. Volume and then transactions. So let's just go for the white one you can't really see. Transactions you can see a bit easier. So unique active wallets started off at 5 wallets. What was that? Aggie, Matt and the team. Back in 25th of May. So then it slowly works its way up to 100, 200. Oh, then it jumps up to 1,000 to 2,000. And then it's slowly increasing until I started playing 5,000, 6,000. I started playing around here when it was at 6,000 unique active wallets. And then it wasn't until this bull market where it just had a parabolic rise up to like 300, 400,000. 400,000 or 500,000 at the peak of the peaky, and then it just fell off a cliff really. Well, actually no, it didn't really. That was when the SPS airdrop came out. But anyway, what you can see is it's had this user growth from 0 to 2,000 to 6,000, and then it went stupidly. That was the problem. That's what broke the actual growth of the game. Was they weren't ready for that. And then obviously it's just been going down and 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 down. Where we're currently at 61,000, around say 60,000 unique active wallets a day, which is pretty good. I mean, will it go lower? Probably. Especially when all the bots get kicked out, it's definitely going to go lower. Which, is that a bad thing? I do not know. The last 7 days. So here, you can just go and check all this. Like for yourselves, DappRadar is a great tool to use. I personally use it for a lot. You can link your wallet. It's great. It's a great tool to use. Go and check it out if you want to deep dive into DappRadar a little bit more. So I'm going to go into my SPS rewards and show you, like, for this season's got 1 day left currently. So I've got 547 SPS. So I mean, obviously at today's prices, SPS is super low. It's around $9, $9.23. Look at it, all up and down and over the place. But look at this. So when it came out, it was like, it went up to like 90 cents or something. 80, 90, 89, 89. And then obviously it just went down, 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 down. And then it's been pretty going down, 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 down. Now it's hit this kind of going flat and sideways for a long time, for the whole year. But they've got players staking. They've got so many things coming out, like in the future, that you need. Say I've got 21,000 SPS stake currently, which is hardly anything, $375, which is nothing really. I mean, 547. Can you imagine if that was $547 I was earning every 2 weeks? That's over $1,000 a month if it was $1. I mean, that is obviously the bullish scenario that we all hope to land in, that milk and honey scenario, as Aggie was saying in the last town hall. I mean, let's be honest though, now is a great chance for me. I play gold level, I can at least double this and get 42,000. And then imagine if there's 100,000 real players that come into the ecosystem, then you're not, and if SPS was $1, that would be 42,000 US dollars. I know this is just putting numbers out there saying, yeah, this is a very strong bull scenario, but then the SPS staking rewards will be so much lower to accommodate it, because no one's going to be able to afford that much money to get into the gold rewards. So they'll bring it down. So they'll bring it down dynamically to change. Like, they know what they're doing with the tokenomics. And that's why I feel that now is a massive, massive opportunity for everyone who is in the Splinterlands game to be paying attention and to be investing as much as they can into the SPS governance token, because I feel there's a massive opportunity. I mean, I do have like, I do have license, which is an SPS validator. Now I know that like Dwayne Cunningham, Infidel 1205 or 1250, he sold his licenses to put his money into SPS because he sees the opportunity now in SPS. Like, what does that tell you? Someone that's an OG, he's been around since the dinosaurs, like since the day, like when it was like probably 200 active wallets or whatever, I don't know. He's a proper OG. Is selling his licenses for SPS. Like, you need to stand up and pay attention, because that is why there's an opportunity in front of you if you're playing this game. Don't be swapping this 500 or whatever SPS you are potentially earning. I should stake it all. That's what I do. I've just been staking it. Accumulate as much as possible, because like, unless you're really swapping it for like that $9 and you're kitting out your deck, and yeah, I can't say yeah, and you've got no other money to put into it, then yeah, but that's not the worst case scenario. But the only way to get in front and the one to get some milk and honey out of it will be SPS, because that will be real life. Click of a few buttons, bang, bang, bang. Okay, it's maybe locked up for a month or 2 weeks because there's a vesting period when you staked it, but you've got access to them funds in the future. And if things go parabolic, you're going to want more SPS, then you're not going to want SPS. That is what I see. That is the honest view, like, of a gamer. I play Skyweaver, I play Gods Unchained, I play Splinterlands, I play things on Gala games. I'm massive into Web3. If you want to follow me on my journey, if you've followed everything I've said to the end, then hopefully you're definitely going to make it with me. I'm just a small time player. You've seen exactly what I've got in front of us. I'm not like a super whale. I don't even have a Rooney. I'm thinking about getting a Rooney at the moment, like something on my list that I really, really want. Anyway, that's probably a video for another day. This video has gone on so long, and I thank you so much for watching it right to the end. Please subscribe, that helps me out so much. If you want more up-to-date on the pulse finger information, come and follow me on Tommy8.sart. I've just got a blue check mark on Twitter, so I've started taking it more seriously. I'm posting at least 3 times a day on my thoughts on the whole Web3. I'm so big into it in a big way. Before the Bored Apes, boom shakalaka laka 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 laka. Good night.